How about that Mariners-Tigers game, huh? Nobody cares.
Oh,
nobody cares. Too
God,
much
Dan.
football. Too much football.
You're finally speaking my language.
I'm ashamed to admit this. My eyes got a little too heavy. It was an exciting night at the Fronton. I fell asleep because of all the emotional train that the Friday night match against Udonis Haslam's Renegades provided.
I heard that you had to make an executive decision that was very unpopular as a leader.
Dan, I got into a shouting match in the locker room with one of our players. What? Yeah. It's, for those
Undertaker.
For those that aren't following this amazing season that the Cyclones are having in Battle Court, top of the standings right now, first place, we've had so many injuries. Dan, we've had injuries to injury replacements. So we had to go into this Friday without our best player. Manu, the captain, the legend, the greatest backcourter on the planet. We needed emergency replacements, and yet we still got the dub. However, watching this match play out, Iñaki, our tremendous front quarter, he pulled a bicep. We had the match day secured thanks to the bravery of Robin, and I made the call.
Where's the gigolo?
Guys, the gigolo's there, like, waiting in the wings if we need him. But I made the call with a sixth and final match that was relatively meaningless for the Cyclones. I said, we're going to go ahead and forfeit this match, guys. We have the match day secured. And Unda was not happy.
Really?
Unda was yelling at me. Unda's like, you know how crazy I am? I think about this sport 6 days a week. I'm like, your math is a little off there, but he's like, I need to play. You need me to play so I can get better. I'm like, I concede that, but I'm not going to throw out Hyro for a third match when Iñaki's just torn his bicep a little bit. I got Manu getting treatment. We're a walking MASH unit.
We're like, Unda, you can go, but we're trying to save
Were
Hyro.
you involved in the shouting too?
I
as
was
a
not there
part owner?
Friday. I had a parlay, honestly. I was anti-Mike. I was like, let's
if
let's
you watch
finish
the
this thing.
broadcast, it was a little awkward because like the players took the fronton for match 6, while the GM was saying we're not going to do that, and they had to get pulled off the fronton. And
That would be a national controversy if it happened in football or
It's a
something.
big controversy.
I like that competitive spirit and that fire from Unda. Those were good sparks. That is true locker room leadership. Manu had my back, as a true captain does.
Good boss.
We said, boss, you made the right move. I got complimented from the league office that said these players need a good GM to protect them from themselves. Wow. We are first place, and we're not going to risk injury in match 6. You know why, Chris? Because the standard is championship level. Wow. Yep. We need to win a Battle Core championship here. We need to, and that is the main thing.
Mike, question for you. Do you guys still have like the curtain of the locker room?
Yes.
That shares everybody's locker room?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No,
So just to
It
be
was a league
clear,
office.
that's the end of the
That's right.
longest winner-take-all baseball game in the history of Major League Baseball. That's it? That's all?
ALDS talk.
Yeah, I was watching Lions Chiefs. I forgot all about
No,
the
this wasn't. This wasn't.
This was like 5 days
No,
ago.
this was 3 days ago.
He was watching it, though.
All right, this was Friday
Remember,
night.
he's in
Yeah.
They also won yesterday. It was pretty cool. Cal Raleigh, homer.
They should have bunted Crawford earlier in that game. Would have saved us all a bunch of sweat. But now that concludes ALDS.
Who do you forfeit to? Like you just
You tell the league-
throw a
I told the
towel
league.
on the court.
I told the league. I told league leadership.
Who's that?
Yeah.
The Savins. The commissioner and the commissioner's daughter.
The league can't
She works
like
hard.
that. The league can't like a forfeit.
The league had my back. This was
I'm
the
with
right
you.
call.
I mean,
This was the right call.
But this largely exists.
Someone
for the
in
action.
this room might have had a parlay and might have had different feelings about that. We won't pull that curtain back.
Were the fans booing?
Scooble struck out 7 straight guys, and it's like he pitched a month ago by that time the thing ended up in extra innings.
Hold on a second. You're a team owner. You're betting on your own team.
Toner.
He never bets against them.
Yep, always with us.
Well, allegedly.
No, trust me, I could show you the slip.
If you're betting against your own team, that's a controversy.
That's what I'm saying.
I
Even
never
betting-
have.
Even betting on your own team, that'll get you out of the Hall of Fame. Ask Pete Rose. Well, you can't anymore, but you know what I mean.
Okay, Mike, I will argue that I will give you a stat from that game while you were falling asleep.
What, game on Friday?
Not the Undertaker, not the highlight.
The Lions game?
Cal Raleigh in the game where they were playing all of this perfect baseball where none of the pitchers can be hit and all of the pitchers are getting out of first and second base for your season jams. Cal Raleigh had, and I couldn't believe this when they said it. They went out of the broadcast booth where, of course, Adam Wainwright was there holding an actual baseball because he's got to be. and he's sitting next to A.J. Przinsky, and both of them, as the game is going on, are getting more and more disheveled, so that by the 15th inning, I really wanted them to lean into the cartoonish aspects of they look like they're a mess because this is exhausting. But during that game, Cal Raleigh had his first pass ball of the season.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that.
Yeah.
How do you play an entire season catching baseballs being thrown at 100 mile an hour by those weirdos and not have a pass ball all season? How is that even possible?
He's a platinum glove winner.
He caught 17,000 pitches this season without a pass ball and hit 60 home runs.
The entire broadcast is just Adam Wainwright saying, I'm not letting this guy beat me. How many? We're running out of guys that can beat you here, pal. And also, another observation. Odd-looking team, the Mariners. Josh Naylor straight up looks like a Buccaneer. Not a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, a swashbuckling Buccaneer. He looks like a musketeer if we want to go away from the seas. Strange-looking dude.
When you say that I'm not going to let this guy beat me, I did have a moment during yesterday's football that made me laugh. It's at the goal line. Baltimore twice goes tush-push.
Wow, look at that lava lamp shirt.
Is that what that is?
On
I thought it was a vacuum cleaner. Looked like a vacuum cleaner.
Let's really talk
think
this
it
out,
is a
Dad.
vacuum
Talk,
cleaner.
talk out everything it could be.
It's a Hoover.
I mean, it looks like a vacuum cleaner.
What do you think it is?
A lava lamp? I don't know.
On Bert Kreischer.
I'm going to whisper in your ear, Dad, what it is.
It'd be a weird thing.
No way. I mean, I don't know that.
What do you not
What
know?
do you mean, no way? It
Apparatus.
looks exactly like one of those
You don't
things.
know what one of those would look like?
Vacuum cleaner?
No. What are you looking at me? What do you want me to say?
That apparatus?
Yeah. I don't believe it's what it is alleged to be.
Oh, it is. It's for the big dumper.
Ah, okay. All right. So if he had one of those, he wouldn't be the big dumper anymore.
Say it for the podcast audience.
Wait, what?
No, it's not to plug the poop.
I don't think he has any idea what a butt plug is.
Wow.
You tell me, Dan.
Oh,
I
Dan.
mean, Mr. Expert over here.
Go
What
on.
is it?
I don't think that you have any idea what that is.
But apparently you
But it's
do,
not
so
something.
enlighten me.
It is not to plug poop. That's not what
Yeah.
we're
What
doing
is it
with
for?
that.
Dad?
I'm asking Dan. He's the expert.
Well, I'm not going to take a quiz. So how about you tell us?
Okay.
How about you tell us what?
That's
it's
what
for?
Imodium was for.
To clear it up or to keep it in?
Imodium keeps it in, no?
I don't know.
Wait, just to be clear, you think like when you hear the word butt plug,
You thought it was to stop?
you think it's to stop the flow of what's
I
coming
don't
out?
know. What is it? Somebody tell me.
Some people derive sexual pleasure.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Who here has worn a butt plug?
Wow. Put that on the poll.
Your hand is up.
Do you classify
You
it
just
as,
put your hand up.
Warn it?
Yeah, do you classify it as wearing a
I
butt
don't
plug?
think so.
We'll go ahead and clip that.
Used? Maybe used one? Who's used a butt plug?
In that baseball game between the Mariners and the Tigers,
like,
the
I mean, my hand was up seeking other people. I was
In
not
concert
up-
with,
I
or
was not
just trying to find the
volunteering
person?
that I have done that because I have not. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Unless there is. I don't know. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Do
each their
people
own.
Do it?
There's only one way to find out, I
I have
guess.
no idea.
Maybe it's don't knock it till you try it. We'll
There
see.
you go. Hello.
That's the next bet.
that's usually what you say.
That's
Bucket
the next
punishment?
bet.
Can you find for me the sound of the Tigers announcer after the game getting caught on a live mic saying, bleep this post-game show. I don't want to do this post-game show because their season is over. And when it is that Billy is pointing out the idea of, as we're watching all of these games and thinking that other people can just recreate what these people are doing. The Baltimore Ravens twice, because you're sitting here when you're talking about this highlight story, and you guys are saying from your executive suite, well, just do it this way. This is the easy way to do it. So I watched the Ravens at the goal line. They twice tried the tush push. They failed twice. And Tom Brady comes in helpfully, and he just says, you know what I'm doing in this spot? And he circles Derrick Henry. I'm just giving it to this guy. They did, and he lost 3 yards. They couldn't do the. It was comedy, okay, to have Tom Brady come in and see them not be able to get half a yard on a tush push twice, and he's like, "What are you doing?" Like, just give it to this guy, and that guy lost 3 yards because everyone knew they were just going to give it to that guy because that offense can't do anything when Lamar Jackson's not out
He
there.
got tripped up like 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. It was like, oh, that's not good.
But when it got me to thinking, because we were playing the Gronk sound, Chris, when you think of what it is that you want from your announcers, because it's funny that Gronk is being used on a pregame show where all he can contribute is being the court jester Gronk. He's not going to give you any good analysis, but he's going to be better than Brady. Because at the very least, he will give you that. He'll give you a couple of occasions where he'll simply give you this. Like Gronk as a hire as a broadcaster, truly awful. However, if you just get this from him every month or so, it's better than what you're paying Brady $375 million for, which is just to circle Derrick Henry and say, give it to this guy. That's my expertise.
And Wainwright would be like, I'm not letting Derrick Henry beat me.
That's the point I was looking for. It wasn't what Billy said, and it wasn't highlight. It was that point. I'm not letting somebody beat me was the point that you made, and that's what Tom Brady was saying. I believe everyone on earth knows that the Ravens aren't going to beat you at this point if they don't hand it to that human being. Like, that's all they've got.
Wainwright predicted probably, I would bet in that game, 70 fastballs that were sliders. Every single I'm going fastball here. Oh, this one's going to be a fastball for sure. And that just shows where the game is at. But there was nothing as electric as in the 15th inning when Tommy Kahnle comes in, and you've got Adam Amin absolutely losing his mind over 93-mile-an-hour fastballs simply because Kahnle only throws changeups. That's where we were in the game. It was beautiful.
It is the level of play in that baseball game where every time a pitcher goes down in a 2-0 count, even if the bases are loaded, it's like, no, I'm gonna throw some. I'm not throwing a fastball here, even though I throw 100. No, I'm gonna put a 2-0 breaking ball on you. And like the pitching in that game was extraordinary. And I couldn't believe that the Blue Jays, I thought for sure at the very least you got to fly across the country after playing that game when you've done that to your bullpen, that the Blue Jays are going to club you over the head because you're not going to be able to get any pitching, and then they win again yesterday.
And it starts with George Springer hitting a home run on the first pitch. So you're like, all right, well, this is going to go horribly. The Mariners threw 100 pitches. They threw 99 pitches in ALDS Game 5 after the 8th inning.
Can I get you guys interested in baseball with that or not?
I'm going to admit I went to bed after 14 innings. No, I really did.
Wow, so
I kept watching and watching because it was a great game. It was so compelling, so close, and great pitching. And I'm just like, I can't stay up anymore. I'm literally falling asleep. This could go 19 innings. I'm out. Sorry.
Can you say something so compelling I'm falling asleep? Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It happens.
That second, 7th inning stretch, really, it's kind of like, all right,
Yeah,
let's get this done already.
Right. It's like that. Yeah.
Is the story around Kansas City and Detroit going to be that Brian Branch fought Juju Smith-Schuster? Like, is that what we're going to be is that what's eating up the news stream and how it is that people talk about these games? Because at this point, the Chiefs are in the position when it's only news if they lose, right? Like, it's not the big news if they win.
It certainly isn't people admitting they were wrong about them.
It's big news when they beat Detroit. I mean, and that stopped that mighty offense. But Brian Branch, I predict, will be suspended for multiple games.
Multiple games?
Yes. I think when you do that after the game, it takes on a whole nother level.
I just saw a whole lot of headlines, marred, and I'm like, what? More violence broke out after the initial violence? Like, more guys fought and did, like, I sort of shrugged on, okay, gladiators got out of control, whatever, that happens.
Really? Okay. I'll be interested to see what the league does. The league will do something.
But did it mar it? Like, because I saw marred.
Ugly scene, Dan. It was an ugly scene.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about it, and that's the last thing the league wants. You have two of your best teams playing in prime time, and now you're talking about a fight between two players. One saying he was bullied. Ridiculous. Embarrassing.
What is Zaz doing there? Look at Zaz. Zaz is looking in on us, haunting, a little bit of haunting. Where are you, Zaz? You've been missed. Where you're traveling Europe? You shouldn't be. You've never traveled Europe before. What are you doing?
Bonjour, everyone. Bonjour. You know what bonjour means?
Hello?
That's where I am. I'm in Paris. Hello, Dan. Bonjour.
What are you doing? You just look like you're in a parking lot. You can be in Tamarack.
Well, that's true. I've said that several times on this trip. what are we seeing here that I not see in Cooper City? That's funny that you mentioned that. My wife doesn't like when I say that. But behind me is the river Seine. You know about that river? You may have heard it in the Olympics. We're about to go on it. We're going to go on a river cruise tonight.
Weren't people barfing and didn't somebody die?
Yeah, but don't worry about that. I'm not going to barf or die in this river.
What are you looking forward to? What have been the highlights of your trip?
Saw the Mona Lisa today. Got to see my girl in person. That's right. We toured the Louvre. That's a very famous museum, Dan. We toured that today, and we've seen all kinds of great stuff here. Eiffel Tower yesterday, went all the way up to the top. You can't be scared. I went all the way to the very top of the Eiffel Tower. It's very, very exciting, Dan.
I can't help but point out that today in America, we're celebrating Indigenous Peoples Day, and you decided that the best way to celebrate that was to leave and go to the continent of the colonizers.
I mean, look, sometimes you got to pick a side, right? I don't know what to tell you.
Whoa.
I don't know what to tell you.
Let my boy cook. Hold up.
That's a holiday spirit.
Let my boy cook.
And you didn't call it by its right name. I saw an EO go out.
What's going on in sports, guys? Is sports still happening while I'm away? It's very tough keeping track with the time difference. You know about the time zones, Dan?
I do, yes, the Lord's time zone.
They actually stopped all sports until you came back. It's the craziest thing.
Did you have any sports opinions that you wanted to share before flying back in a hurry? Are you here this week?
Yeah. I'm flying back home tomorrow. I'm coming straight to the studio Wednesday morning. I miss you guys. I'm excited to be there. I don't like keeping all of these sports takes to myself. I haven't been able to see a single second of the Panthers because the games are at 1 a.m. over here. Terrible. If we were all in the Lord's time zone, it'd be so much easier to keep track of everything. But I know the Panthers are 3-0. I love them so much. And I watched most of the Dolphin game yesterday because that was at 7 p.m. local time here. No problem. I saw most of it. 3 interceptions, and then he questions the leadership in players-only meetings, which really sounds like he's questioning his own leadership. So I don't know. You explain that to me.
All right, good seeing you. Any other sports opinions on your way out the door that you need to unleash because it can't wait till Wednesday?
I mean, Aaron Glenn, you fake punt at the end of the first half, you pick it up, and then you sit on the ball and run out the clock. Get the hell out of here. You're not a head coach.
All right, very good. See you on Wednesday, Zaz. Take us.
Bonsoir.
All right, thank you. Appreciate He doesn't belong in Europe. They shouldn't let him in Europe.
His family has to hate that, right? He keeps well, we can't go on this river cruise yet.
You don't think all of France hates him walking around looking like an undercover cop?
My son hates it. I'm embarrassing my kids. My kids hate that I'm doing this right now. They said, Dad, can you go walk 10 minutes away? I'm embarrassing them. What's to be embarrassed about? Look at me. I'm awesome.
Dan, it occurred to me earlier today. We were talking about this before the show. We're in a bit of a pickle today. I don't know if you caught on to the fact that we're in a pickle here.
His movie theater sells pickles.
How much?
$2.99.
I can't even do his own.
He's
pitch.
gone.
Jeez.
Sorry, we
good
can't
deal.
play your pickle game with him. He's gone. We have to welcome in Amin Al Hassan instead. Maybe there'll be time for you to play your pickle game with Amin once he's done with his weekend observations. Are you ready, Amin, or do you want to do pickles, or you want to do weekend observations first?
That's a hell of a deal, but let's do weekend observations.
Amin also
It
looks
is
like
time
another
for
cover.
to share his game notes. No one in the media will tell you what happened better than my boy.
The hat's too small. That's part of it. The hat.
It's the style of the hat, too. Officer, I don't have anything on me.
The hat is too small.
Where do I go around here to buy a bag of dope?
Where can a guy get a butt plug around here?
Haircut days tomorrow, fellas. Weekend observations is presented by Miller Lite. Dan, they said it was a wrap. They said the magic was over. They wrote him off. And even though he got a pen, a postcard, and a stamp, he never went to the mailbox. Because after 174 yards and 1 touchdown, make no mistake, my boy Gino is back. Got the win. That's all that matters. The most important stat of them all.
What was that? What was that, Tony? He just gave
my
you
boy Gino.
No,
It's 174 yards and a touchdown. They beat the worst team in the league.
A win is a win. Get one in the win column. That's all he got. Just win, baby.
Off of that football weekend, you opened with Geno Smith?
Not throwing a pick. That's the only thing he didn't do is not throw a pick.
Well, he did throw a pick. I just didn't mention it.
He did throw one.
It was a bad pick, too. I was like, Gino, what are you doing?
You're in the red zone, Gino. Come on.
Drake, the quarterback, having as good a year as Drake the music artist had a bad year. There can only be one Drake. I need a one Drake. Here's a first. Kool-Aid lost to Booty. You see that one, Dan?
I did, yes. Kool-Aid's a great name for a college football player.
So is Booty.
I've seen Booties
Put 'em together.
throughout the college experience. There are generations of Booties.
Josh Bodie.
He was the original.
Mm-hmm.
There's no one I feel more sorry for than Brian Branch. Not because he was bullied, but because he admitted to being bullied. And doing that in Man Campbell's world has to be a cardinal sin with giant repercussions. Greg, you said multiple game suspension. Is that what you
I
said?
think so. Book it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Giant repercussions.
There you go.
Dan
Speaking
Campbell.
of Giant.
I'm sorry, I ruined it. I
All right,
stepped
no,
on
that-
it. Dan
no, that's
Campbell,
all
though, Dan Campbell did call it inexcusable. I'm guessing Dan Campbell's not real happy with Branch this morning.
Yeah, can't be excused. Giant repercussions. Speaking of giant, hey, Philly, you got a dart in your neck. We're going to do this every week, folks.
Pull what out?
Dan, you know what Cam Scatterboo had for dinner Thursday night? He had
Eagle?
wings.
Oh, wings. Yes.
Yeah, eagle wings. Tender. Fall right off the bone. Dan asked if the Colts are haunted, and Mike Ryan made an Irsay joke. And nobody went with him on it. Bad teammates. Just like Tua. Stay strong, Greg Cody. Stay strong. A whole lot of football to be played. You know who a good teammate is? Mike Ryan. Thanks for the heads up on those World Cup tickets. San Francisco, here I come. Haynes King. 204 passing yards and 1 touchdown. You know what that is, Dan?
I do not.
Solid. Haynes King. 60 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. You know what that is?
Heisman.
Best running quarterback in the nation. How about that Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, huh? Calling Jackson Smith and Jigba JSN is the ultimate announcer cheat code. Feels like a very dangerous name. Gotta be real careful around it. Just say JSN, and no one will think twice. $5,000 a week is a fraction of Nick Wright's gambling budget.
That's crazy.
Meaning his annual gambling budget easily clears $250,000. You'd think with that kind of money, he could afford to come up with his own bits. Tell you what, Nick.
Ouch. Ouch.
You pay me a fraction of your gambling budget, and I'll come up for bits for you. MVP Conversation Bar. We had it first. I dare someone to call Johnny Furphy of the Pacers sneaky athletic. You guys have no idea who I'm talking about, but you will. Tony knows.
Johnny Furphy, I love him, dude.
Guy puts posters up. He puts posters up. A receding hairline and a bad back. Me and LeBron have so much in common. Let me just stop right here. And Chris was like, how would you feel if you woke up every day in crippling back pain? That's me, mother. That's me every day, and I don't have $1 billion.
And it's free.
You're
for free.
They're the ones saying, "Oh, I'll take that back pain. I'll take it out every day of the week."
For $1.3 billion.
I'll take it to
I'd
be
take
Tiger
it
Woods.
every day of the week.
I don't want to be Bob Galata. I want to be Tiger Woods.
I don't want to be Tiger Woods. I just want Tiger Woods' money. His quiche. Penn State firing James Franklin. A couple weeks after Penn State hired Keegan Michael Key to do a James Franklin impression. Feels like we should have known. Also feels like I shouldn't have called him Kegel. Nobody caught that.
Yes, I got it.
What is that, Greg?
Greg doesn't know what you're talking
No,
about.
I do. I do.
All right.
Bam. Bam Adebayo
Bam out of the bayou.
telling Asia Wilson he'll propose to her after he brings the championship to Miami.
Oh, no.
Asia better hope she picks up hockey.
Bam out of the bayou.
What does Mark Davis say to the barber when he gets a haircut? I'm asking the room. What do you think he says?
I'll take the bowl. He
huge.
brings a bowl in and just puts it on his
I'll
head.
have the huge.
Yeah, there you go, Mike. That's what he says.
My shit up.
Lewis.
I like that. A fan is suing LeBron James for the second decision. How long did your lawyer say the process would take, Dan? Yes. I know that. Wait, brace yourselves, everyone. Dan actually thought there was going to be a second decision.
I admitted that. I wasn't hiding from it. You thought you were going to shame me? You thought you were going to shame me by revealing private texts?
I thought he was going to sell a decision. Obviously, I think everyone knew there was some sort of advertisement with it, but I thought it was going to be part of an announcement and then it was sold.
Have you guys never met LeBron James on TV? You don't know what he's about? You think that's how he announces it? Come on, man.
I don't know what he's about. I should have known he's about Hennessy.
And it's also that's how he announced his way to Miami. He did an interview.
No,
what do you mean?
There was a build up to that. There wasn't just, hey, by the way, tomorrow I'm going to have an announcement. Everyone pay attention. That's not how he does. When he does that, it's clear he's just shilling. He's just shilling. Are there any Black Ethans in existence? Does anyone know a Black Ethan?
I do not.
Put it on the poll at LeBatard Show. Do you know any Black Ethans?
I took a nap and woke up to number 19 Johnson catching a touchdown for Tampa Bay. I thought I fell into a time warp. But Keyshawn? I had to Google that the kid wasn't Keyshawn's kid. Just a random Johnson wearing 19 for Tampa Bay.
I know this isn't a surprise here locally, but it is still a little jarring to see an Aronde Gadsden running around for the Chargers.
There was another Johnson for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, by the way. Tez Johnson caught his first career touchdown from Baker Mayfield yesterday. The crowd chanted MVP, and Tez thought the chants were for him. He said, but I had to ask Sterling Shepard. I didn't even do anything. This is my first touchdown of the year.
3 Johnsons when you consider the 6'1" lining up under center.
This kid is going places. That's a good one, Mike. In 1778, during the Revolutionary War, the British carried out the Cherry Valley Massacre, in which they targeted and killed 30 non-combatants and took 30 more prisoner. After 247 years, we finally got our revenge yesterday by sending one of the most boring games imaginable. Jesus Christ, Broncos and Jets. At one point, Justin Fields had thrown for minus 10 yards for the game. He finished with 45. Ice cold. Top 5 things colder than Justin Fields. OLI. Miller Lite. Number 5, the North Pole. No, we're not doing Stanford. Got it. Thank you. That's usually when I say OLI, that's a sign that the list has started. Number 5, the North Pole. Barely. I mean, barely. I looked it up. It was 42 degrees in the North Pole yesterday. Global warming. Youch. Number 4, the dairy section of Costco.
Freezing in there, but a nice little respite of stuff when it's hot out there.
Yeah. When you're hot outside, you go get the milk first. Go in there, hang
Get
out
the
for a little bit.
eggs,
Maybe
see what eggs they got
look at
going
some
on.
strawberries.
Mhm.
Yep, absolutely. Then you come back out, and now you're good. Number 3, the tweet from midseason from the guy who said we were witnessing the decline of Asia Wilson. Yeah. She ended up being Finals MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, scoring champ, and MVP.
Pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. Number 2, any flight I get on when I forget to bring a hoodie or jacket. When I bring my hoodie or jacket, it's always 60 degrees in there. I forget it. It's 22 degrees. I get frostbite on the
Below
flight.
freezing, is that right? But you're flying at below freezing temperatures.
I can see my breath. If I don't bring a hoodie or jacket. If I'm comfortable and I'm hoodied up, it's all good. If I don't bring it, I can see my breath. And the number 1 thing that's colder than Justin Fields yesterday, The Dolphins season. Stay strong, Greg Cody. Why is it when teams score versus the Niners, the TV trucks always show us Robert Saleh? What the hell? Speaking of hell, and that beat that didn't come out after my what the hell, Art Briles.
Wow. You're not working correctly with Amin. He needs
What
the
the
notes
hell?
to be
did.
correctly.
That's a cue. Like, hey, he's about to wrap it up.
I think it's a Zoom.
It's a Zoom
issue.
audio
I think-
prioritization thing.
Well, those are the weekend
Bad
observations.
Accept your apology.
Yeah.
Tua.
I have a couple of sounds that I want to get to from what it is that he was just talking about, because Aaron Glenn did snippet reporters for suggesting, did you consider removing your quarterback when he had the worst first half any of us have ever seen? Sacked 9 times for the game, passing total of -10 when you take the sacks and 55 yards of sacks, and then take away all of the passing totals, which is 8 yards on the final drive, 37 before that. So I've never seen such a bad game in normal weather conditions. I also want to get the sound of the Detroit Tigers announcer who said bleep this postgame show during the postgame show. But I wanted to talk to all of you, including Amin, about the new standard in college football where James Franklin can be fired 6 games after having his team a half from playing for, the most meaningful of games.
College game day was at Happy Valley like 15 days ago. Yeah. And James Franklin was being interviewed by Saban, and right then Penn State was in the middle of a good run, made it to the national semifinals. A corner slips, you lose that game, and now next thing you know, you're losing to UCLA, which, by the way, Deshaun Foster must be the worst head coach on the planet for UCLA to turn their season around the way that they did. And James Franklin is out of a job despite all of us kind of conceding. Not a bad coach, just can't win the big one. $50 million, buyout triggered, decisive. That is them knowing exactly which direction. Matt Rule's agent, by the way, is a Hall of Fame agent because he's already linked to that job, restarting the clock over there. But this was a shocking thing. It was a shocking result. And that we were having the conversations immediately after that result. Drew Aller out for the year. Seemed like he had a bunch of people fooled. But this is pretty stunning.
Isn't it like shocking and stunning just because Penn State finally did it? Yeah. Like, because we've been talking for such a long time, like he just can't win the big game. Look at all the talent he has. Like, he'll get into the playoff now that it's 12. They'll never fire him if he keeps getting to the playoffs. And then they actually finally did it, which I think is what actually surprised people.
It's 2 games that cost him his career. One we've never seen. UCLA was 0-4 and had lost at home to New Mexico 35-10. UCLA was terrible. A team of Penn State's caliber had never lost to an 0-4 team like that. And then I'm telling you, you lose to Northwestern and you get gone.
But it's a long time coming. Like, he's had years and years of not winning the big games that they hired him to come win. And his career's not over. Like, he will end up somewhere and he'll be just fine. It didn't work out at Penn State.
The crazy thing, Dan, is like in even the NFL, definitely in the NBA and Major League Baseball, you can fire a coach mid-season because, guys, all we got to do is get a hot enough run and we'll get a wild card or we'll get in a play-in or whatever, and then we'll see where it goes from there, right? We even saw Michael Malone getting fired with 2 games left in the season, which is outrageous, but still enough time for Denver to turn something meaningful out of their season. What's the point in firing James Franklin right now? What does that do for them? How ahead of the 8 ball are they? And then the other part of it is, if you fired him now, that means you already felt like firing him early. This couldn't have been the first inkling you had about thinking about making a change. Why didn't you make the change earlier? It's always the weirdest thing when college football coaches get fired midseason.
But it's literally, we're literally talking, it's 4 halves that got him fired. If he wins that overtime against Oregon, he's not fired. If he wins if he wins the overtime against Oregon, he does not get fired. And it'd be embarrassing.
But he still has a UCLA loss and the Northwestern
I
loss.
believe this happened in 3 losses. I believe it was 3 losses, the cumulative effect of all 3 of the losses, and the last one being Northwestern. You can't tell me the last 2 games are James Franklin not being able to win the big game. They have nothing to do with the big game.
No, but they're brutal losses. You're probably right. It's the 3 because there would still be a path to the CFP even if they just lost to UCLA and Northwestern, even though those records combined are bad.
Well, his reputation is he can't win the big game, but he can always win the games he's supposed to win to still get himself into the playoffs. And then once he stopped doing that, I mean, the reason it happened after this loss is because 3 losses for this Penn State team, they're not going to make the playoffs. So, like, the season ended for them this weekend, more than likely.
That's
So
correct.
fire him now.
But I do ask you again, if they simply make the comeback, they were down 17-3 against Oregon. If they come back to beat Oregon on the same day, like Indiana just beat Oregon to expose Oregon some, but this was 4 halves ago. 4 halves ago, they were in overtime against the top 5 team at home. They'd be coming back from down 2 touchdowns in that game to win that game.
I don't know. I can't imagine the conversations being held by the boosters as they're losing to Northwestern at home.
Northwestern got him fired. Nothing in 12 years happened that wasn't Northwestern getting him fired. You lost to Northwestern, and we cannot abide that. We are serious people.
Dan, you could say it. They lost to nerds. That's what.
Yeah.
I already did
Dorks.
say it.
Nerds.
They lost to Mike Greenberg's school, and we cannot have that.
This is like Liam Neeson on the ice road up in Nepal, trying to spread his brother's ashes on Mount Everest. Which, by the way, Ice Road Vengeance, the Cinephobe movie from last week, this week on Thursday coming out. Retribution, another Liam Neeson movie. We're getting a little Liam Neeson slate going on Cinephobe, wherever you get podcasts.
Hey, folks, it's Mike Ryan, and it's also football season. That's right. Things just kicked off. I celebrated a big dub with my friends and my trusty Miller Lite right there beside me because Miller Time is the secret ingredient to football time. Miller Time makes everything a good time. I love Miller Lite. You know why? Because Miller Lite is brewed for flavor with simple ingredients, rich toffee notes, and that iconic golden color. And here's a kicker, folks. In its 50th year of existing, it's just 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. The original light beer since 1975 and still hidden 5 decades later. Whether you're at the game or at your home on your couch with your friends, put out a nice little cold cooler of Miller Lite and make sure the drinks keep coming because it is football time. And you want that beer that hits different. Miller Lite. Great taste. 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you. Or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
See if you can find the contentious sound. Aaron Glenn acting indignant about the idea that he would pull his 0-6 quarterback having like a historically terrible day because he's not making decisions fast enough. But before you do that, just play Dan Dickerson. This is at the end of 15 innings. You're great. One of the great seasons in Detroit history, a game in which Skubal strikes out 7 in a row, strikes out more guys than ever get struck out in a postseason game, and they lose anyways because it goes 15 innings.
You got that.
National
Indigenous Peoples Day.
I'm an
of all
ally.
days, yeah.
This
Do
is
the wide receiver for Seattle next. Go
this
for
is
it.
what Dan Dickerson had to say.
Dan and I will be back to talk about it after this on the Detroit Tigers radio network. I don't have to do a game. Oh,
We get time.
this game recap. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that out loud? 3, 2, 1.
Great.
You wouldn't blame him, right? You don't blame him being that upset at the end of that.
No.
That's how our season ends.
We get time.
This game recap. Oh,
That's wonderful. He was speaking for fans, Tigers fans.
Before we get to the polls here, Juju, what do you have for us off today's show? Do you have a Joker of the Day for us?
Oh, yes, sir. I have a Joker of the Day. The Joker of the Day, Kirby Smart. We caught you in 4K calling a timeout. Then he pleading to the ref. I was just clapping my hands. Look at him. I'm just clapping my hands, referee. I was just clapping. There's no way in the world I was calling a timeout. Only a fool would call a timeout in that scenario.
Such clearly a timeout. That is. It's honestly heady play.
I'm done betting
If
Auburn.
they're gonna fall for it, heady play.
I'm
by
not
him.
betting Auburn anymore. They just find ways to lose. This one, not on them, though. Good call, Juju. That was a bad look.
Right. Terrible look. Almost as bad as Dan today, the terrible look of you trying to get out of that 5,000. Since you the OG, Dan, the OG thing to do is give him his 5,000 today after the show, Lazelski, and then find that white Corvette ski or white Camaro, put it out in front of his house still. Do both, because we heard it. The tape ran back. Yes, sir. Sorry about that, Chris. Stepped on you.
You guys have a lot of thoughts, but everybody's awfully quiet. It's just because he stepped on Chris's sound playing, or because you guys don't have any opinions on what Juju's saying? He says, I've got to pay $5,000 and the Corvette.
We
I
did,
would pay
but,
both,
but you were steadfast. Yeah. Honestly, forget the bet. The bullshit you're trying to do around the Kansas City Chiefs narrative is just that's
right.
That's actually it was so bad that it distracted me from your bet manipulation.
I'm going to press the gas to see if I can escalate the stakes on this. And it's weird to me that you guys would be so resentful of my public position when you guys are gambling for $5,000 of Nick Wright's money today because of it. Like, it's weird to me that you would get upset with me when it results in $5,000 possibly for you.
Like,
nah.
It's a billionaire poker game.
Yeah.
That
to be honest, he shouldn't even be probably playing.
Tony,
he said that.
You're
Little
out
scary.
on the pot.
No, I'm
Don't try
in.
to, you're
I'm
out.
in. I'm pot committed, Dan.
No, you are
not.
not.
I'm pot committed. You're not
a part of
carved
this.
out because you and Dan killed the
But I have the
Chiefs.
Corvette, though.
But Juju can be in.
Nick
Yes,
Wright
sir.
just offered you all $1,000, I'm assuming. Are you guys cutting out Tony and saying it's
No, Jeremy, we're cutting out
$12.50
Jeremy.
for
No.
you guys?
No, Tony is out.
Yeah.
I can't be out. I'm in.
He's out.
I'm in.
Oh, UT out.
I think
Greg's
Greg
not
took
in.
his spot.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm giving my money to charity.
Mike,
though.
do you want to reach out to Nick Wright and ask him who's entitled to the $5,000 that some might get this evening as you guys condemn me for my terrible takes that result in money falling out of the sky for you possibly?
I will reach out, but I'll make sure to say Tony's out, right? Question.
No, you can't lead the witness like that. Objection, leading the witness.
Tony's
You can't.
out.
Lewis wants a cut now,
Come on,
apparently.
right?
He did say Lewis's name.
Yeah.
All right, so it's Juju,
Tony.
Jeremy, Mike, Billy, and myself.
Greg.
That's right.
Dan, you owe me the Corvette then.
Oh, I forgot Lewis and Lewis.
If he's willing to give you the Corvette, if I take Juju up on him and give him the $5,000 and a Corvette, then he's got to be willing to give the Corvette to either you
It'd be even easier.
or Greg Cody if we get the VIN number
Yes.
of his
But Greg's
old
got the
Corvette.
money, though. He
I
can't
thought
get the money and the Corvette.
I thought I was being given my original Corvette.
It depends on if we can get it. You weren't even able to produce the VIN number when I asked your wife and your son for it. So
I'm
let's.
on it. You didn't ask me. I'm on the case now.
Greg knows, yeah.
Yeah, VIN numbers. I probably should have committed it to memory. My VIN number.
VIN numbers, PIN numbers. What's the difference?
Yeah.
What's your PIN actually? So Dan could find the Corvette.
It's
So
Also,
Juju,
VIN number's redundant, right?
Is it? Yeah, I guess it is. Like ATM machine is also
Right.
redundant. What is more redundant? Put it on the poll, Juju, at Le Batard Show. VIN number or ATM machine? Can you tell me, Juju, whether or not it was uneventful to see the Aces win in 4 games? It was funny to see Kathy Engelbert booed, but I was hoping for just slightly more drama than the best player is the best player and that team is winning the championship easily after a very difficult season in which it didn't look like they were going to make it all look that easy.
Right. I would also like to add, nice ascot today. You look like you smell like your cologne is made with bits of real panther. Salute to you, brother.
Thank you.
But yeah, I think the Aces, they showed resilience throughout the season, even when in loss and defeat. Once Jewel Lloyd decided, you know what, I'm gonna come off the bench, the entire season turned around. 17 wins in a row. And you was right, bro. Kathy Engelbert was booed, but I'm going to take it further. I think this is the loudest boo in recorded history. Video team, do you have the video of Miss Kathy getting booed?
Perhaps.
Yeah, maybe.
Here we go. Dang, drowned out.
Can't even hear the microphone.
Wow.
It's safe to say that she needs to watch her back when it comes to these CBA negotiations, everything. Nobody is on her side anymore. But yeah, congratulations to the Aces. Pulled it out. Dynasty now. Confirmed dynasty.
Yes.
Just like whenever the Warriors won in 2021 or so. Confirmed dynasty now. Salute.
Dan, before we get out of here, we mentioned our Miller Lite watch party on October 30th. I want to announce the winner of our Miller Lite Weekend Observations prediction pool. Congratulations to Christy from Buda, Texas. She is this year's winner. She and a guest are heading to Miami to hang out with us in studio and join us on October 30th for our Miller Lite watch party.
Let's go, Christy.
Never even heard
Shout
of
out
Buda.
Biota. Maybe, you know what? I see a pronunciation thing at the bottom. Biota. What did I say?
You had no confidence, and Billy
'Cause
laughed
I
at
see
you
a
the entire
thing in the,
time.
like,
The entire
pronunciation
time you
thing.
announced it, Billy
I
was
have heard of
laughing
Biota.
behind you, hoping that it would get worse and worse, and you did even worse than he thought you were going to
Buda,
do.
Texas is what I wanted to say.
Ray Biota.
But it's
They'd never allow that, but
it's
in
Biota.
Texas. Let me tell you.
So shout out Christy. We will see you soon.
Billy, why were you laughing at Chris? Just because you saw him stick his chest out as if he was going to confidently say the name of a pronunciation and then just lost confidence as he did it?
No, I felt bad. That's a tricky one, and the pronunciation underneath isn't all that helpful.
Do we
if
need
we're
to
gonna
know
be
where
honest
she's
with you.
from? Like,
No.
that's why it's like
Pippa.
I'm just like, what?
It's valuable. I wanted to know.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Greg, if I, just out of curiosity, let's say I got your ATM card.
Mm-hmm.
I just swipe it, and then I hit the old 1440. You think anything would happen?
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
If I were a guessing man.
Dude.
I mean, that used to be my go-to password for certain things, but no longer.
So don't bother is what you're
Yeah,
telling me. Yeah,
that's
don't bother doing that.
No,
Nothing will happen.
know.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no. How dumb would I be to still be using 1440, my childhood address? Ridiculous.
We're going to get to the polls in a second. Why the PIN number question? Because we were talking about VIN numbers? Is that
Just
why
a
you're
risk fraud for him, basically. Just
Yeah.
a.
I'm pretty sure all of his passcodes are 1440. I'm going to guess that.
Just one.
Before we get to the polls, though, Juju, do you have anything in the way of television viewing recommendations for us or the audience?
Oh my goodness, Dan, I thought you never asked. You know, I like to update the audience every now and then on what to be watching, what you should be watching at home right now. So here's the top 5 shows. If you're in a show hole right now and you don't have anything to watch one of these 5 shows ASAP, or all 5. Number 5, Gen V. Welcome back. Great show. If you like the boys, you'll love Gen V. Number 4, Slow Horses Are Back.
That's a
Salute
good.
to Otto.
That's a good Apple show. It's slow at the beginning, but it's good.
Yeah.
Well, it's in the title.
Salute the Slough House. Also, number 3, The Lowdown.
Is that
My
Ethan?
brother
That's
Ethan
Ethan
Hawke.
Hawke. Yeah, that's Hulu, right? I couldn't get into that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I
Stick
love
with
Dan,
it. You'll
Dan
like it.
flexing here, like, oh, that's Apple. That's Hulu. Just flexing on us over here.
You guys haven't seen any of these things though, because I'm always on the hunt for some of the things that Juju is recommending. Which one's Gen Z? Is that HBO Max?
It's Prime Video, Gen V. Yes, sir. Number 2, Task.
Ooh, where's that, Dan?
Max.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh my God.
So, and number 1, of course, The Peacemaker.
I thought that eagle was real at the beginning. I thought they trained an eagle to do that. That John Cena had personally trained an eagle to do that. Let's update the polls at LeBatard Show.
In a game of violence, should you ever fear the guy named Lad McConkey?
The mayor of Key West.
71% of the audience says no, you should not. Right quick, Jeremy, last night, Cal Riley was safe earlier in that game.
Yeah, they
wasn't he?
absolutely should have challenged that. 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, you're totally right. He was safe, and it could have changed everything.
Exactly. I was like, what? Neither here nor there. Does Lad McConkey sound like the name of a mayor of Key West? 90% of the audience says yes, he does. Damn. Does Baker Mayfield look like he would kill it at Gasparilla? 93% of the audience says yes, he does.
That's such a good call. He really does look more like Tampa than he even looks like a Buccaneer.
Do you know any black Ethans?
100%.
89% of the audience says no, they do not.
Do you? Do you know any?
I don't. I never heard of one. I thought about it when he said it. I'm like, yeah, of course. Ethan, oh, yeah. I don't. Salute. Also, rest in peace to Diane Keaton. Oh,
Yeah.
fallen legend. And also, happy birthday to Uncle Dick Cody. Belated birthday, Greg. Salute.
Thank you. Yes, thank you, Juju.
Birthday to him. I don't care.
Thank you very much.
How old is he?
80.
I got multiple texts this week about how good looking Uncle Dick was. Like in the picture that Yeti put out. And my dad got a little jealous of this and put out an older photo of Uncle Dick where he doesn't look as good. That's how I took that photo. you put out.
dude.
Well, it was a more recent photo.
Because
not
me
old.
and Yeti were in the group chat with my dad being like, wow, people are thinking Uncle Dick is really good looking. And and then right after that, my dad puts out a photo of current Uncle Dick.
No, it wasn't current. It was when I was like 25 and he'd have been like 35.
But it's more of the Dick we know these days.
That's true. Yeah.
Nice move, Greg.
Thank
Last poll. Who here has worn a butt plug? 92% of the audience says not me. And those are your polls.
Okay, very
Liars.
good. Worn a butt
8%,
plug.
man.
There he is. We have good looking Uncle Dick right here. I mean, look at this guy.
Yes. Lifelong bachelor, Uncle Dick.
Older siblings are usually better looking.
One of the strangest human beings to ever walk the earth.
Nice bow tie.
Let's hear from Aaron Glenn here. Again, the reminder, the Jets played the single worst passing game you've ever seen in your life, a negative 10 yards when you consider 9 sacks and 45 total yards passing. It seems like, I didn't actually watch much of this game, but it seems like Patrick Surtain is good and that Garrett Wilson and no other number one wide receiver is going to do anything against Patrick Surtain. But let's listen to the sound of Aaron Glenn, truly mystified by why anybody would ask him if he thought about changing quarterbacks.
AJ, I understand you probably want to watch the film, but Justin's numbers are not good from this game. Is he going to be your quarterback next week, or would you consider?
What kind of question is that?
Look, he did not have a good game. I mean, I think it's a fair question.
There's a number of guys that, I mean, sometimes this league is like this, and there are guys that have bad games. That doesn't mean you just bench them. Come on, you know better than that.
Yeah.
The struggles have been. I mean, you guys are 0-6 though. Like this isn't. A team that's 2-3 or 3-3, and the quarterback has a bad game. And Justin's played a role in some of these offensive struggles. The time to throw.
Everybody's played a role in that. So it's not just Justin. Because I understand where you guys are trying to take this, but listen, there's a number of other guys that got to pick their game up too. So I don't want to sit there and pin this all on Justin.
Tyrod Taylor's going to start for them. They're going to announce it on Wednesday, right?
Never been more sure in my entire life.